everybody, welcome to my kitchen. Robin here with Get Cooking with Robin. Tonight was our first day back at school and crazy day, and I had not planned dinner. Should have probably had dinner ready, but it is now 5 o'clock, nothing on the menu. What am I gonna eat? Everything is frozen. So what I've decided to do today is make our Aztec tortilla soup, Azteca tortilla soup, which is one of my favorites. Absolutely love it. You can add meat if you want. I am going to. You do not have to. You can just simply make it per package directions, which does not call for any meat. I personally love shredded chicken in it. So because I wasn't planned to be cooking today, or apparently didn't plan to take anything out, my chicken is frozen. What I do as a kitchen hack is I buy in bulk. And so because I use my steamer so much now, and I know that the steamer cooks a lot better when the chicken is in smaller pieces, I typically, when I go to vacuum seal it, will either slice it in tenderloins or cube it. So these are cubed. So normally for regular chicken tenderloins, you would be only cooking chicken in your microwave in probably 4 to 5 minutes, depending on the wattage of your microwave. It is so frozen, I can't even get it out of the plastic. So for frozen, it obviously cooks a little bit longer. So because it's in a big pile, obviously the middle isn't gonna cook probably 100% right away. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna stick it in the microwave for 3 minutes. So it actually will be cooked enough at that point where I can take a separator and separate out the chicken, cook it for probably another 3, maybe 4 minutes, and it will be done. So while I'm putting the rest of the soup together, I'm gonna get that chicken cooking. All right, for the rest of the soup, I'm not sure how long this is going to be available, but I love our collapsible steamer basket. It is a strainer, colander, whatever you want to call it, or a steamer basket. You can put it in existing pots and pans if you want to steam your vegetables, if you're not using your steamer. I'm actually finding like I could use 2 microwaves and 2 steamers because I use it so often. It also fits in our amazing multi-purpose pots that we have. I don't have one out to show you, but it is pretty fantastic. So what I'm gonna do now is this recipe, all it calls for is, I think this is a big enough can, let me look. Oh, this is actually too big of a can. It said only a 14-ounce can of crushed tomatoes, and so I only need about half of this. I have a 28-ounce can, so I'm gonna open it and only put half of it in. And then it calls for corn. So the corn can either be frozen or it can be canned, just so I always have it on hand. Well, I usually always have frozen corn too, but I actually find that the canned corn tastes really good in the soup. So I'm gonna go ahead and use that. So I won't be very specific here about it. I'll just kind of eyeball it. Next is the corn. So you do want to strain the corn before you put it in the soup. You don't need the extra liquid in this case. So if you are using frozen corn, that would be the benefit because you won't need to strain it ahead of time. Also, if you're from a corn growing state, there's lots of corn right now available for fall harvest. So you can always use fresh corn and just take it off the cob. All right, so I'm not gonna put all this corn in, probably about half also. Let me grab a bowl, hold on. Can't see me, sorry. All right, next I'm going to strain my black beans. So we still have 57 seconds yet on the microwave, and then we'll be about half done with that. So when I strain my black beans, I like to rinse them too, just because they put stuff inside the black beans that's kind of makes them a little slimy. Not a fan. So dump about, actually, you know what? I'm using all the black beans. I like black beans. Okay, so that's it. That is literally all this recipe calls for, if I remember correctly. It is. I have made this a few times though, and I like a little bit more spice. So this does have a light spice to it. I would consider it more of a mild, and especially when using the canned tomatoes, or depending on what type of tomatoes you're using, that taste can get a little bit sweeter. So what I do, and this is my family's preference, you can either buy the Mexican meal kit because it's amazing, and it comes with the poco picante, the fajita seasoning, the guacamole, and the nacho cheese. I highly recommend it. We eat that like on the weekly basis at our house. Or you can just buy the fajita and the poco picante because that's amazing too. But the poco picante is actually pretty spicy, so you can use it to make salsa. It's really great if you make your own homemade salsa and maybe it's on the sweeter side, and you want to add something to it. Let me go ahead and get this separated quick. But I like to add a little bit of that. So all I'm gonna do right now is take our ground meat separator and break up my chunks a little bit. And I'll show you what it looks like here. Okay. See how like the outsides were cooked, but this wasn't? So that's okay, that's normal. So now we'll put it in for another few minutes. Okay, so with the poco picante, I'm winging this because again, I've made it several times, but I would just do what you would do with any other soup and maybe just start it and then slowly add some spices to it and then decide if you need to add more. What I really love about Epicure spices is that when you get them, first of all, this little powerhouse of a pack is always, they're full right to the top. So if you use our 4-in-1 spice spoons, what is great is they've developed these to fit inside every single one of our containers. So the spoon just fits perfectly in there with no issue. So you're not spilling your spices, getting extra that you don't need, whatever that might be. So our fajita seasoning, I love tacos. Our family eats tacos all the time. My husband's favorite is Ortega. Our fajita seasoning reminds me of a good Ortega seasoning. It smells delicious. And I prefer it now, and I'm not a huge fajita fan. And I prefer the fajita. I would have not guessed that until I tried it. I prefer the fajita over taco. We do have a very excellent taco seasoning as well. It is on the more mild side. This tastes more to me like an Ortega with a little kick. It's great. So just reading the label, it's got various spices. They're not gonna tell you what they are, all are, secret. Chili powder, onion, garlic, mustard flour, black pepper, lemon, cayenne pepper, and other herbs. So it really does have a wonderful flavor, excellent smell, tastes delicious. When you are done making your soup, you can make it really beautiful like this here. Now, if you're obviously going for gluten-free, all of our products are gluten-free. Anything that you'd add aside from the directions that are given to you, see that's nice too, they include the directions. You'd obviously have to make sure that they're gluten-free and they'd be added to the meal. But we're not gluten-free, so I absolutely love adding these like Santa Fe tortilla chips. Any brand works. I also slice an avocado real thin and put it in the soup, and then I just kind of mix it around. We also love sour cream and cheese, so we usually add that as well when we're all done. Not required, again, based on your taste. I know plenty of people that just love it as it is without the extra additive, so totally up to you. All right, while that's cooking, another one of my favorite products is our non-slip cutting board. So it's got little stickies on both sides, so regardless, it doesn't slip. It's fantastic. I'm gonna take our Prep Pro paring knife, which is made out of ceramic. So what I love about that is it is not, will not dull as fast as some of your other kitchen knives. Very, very good knives. And I like that it comes with a protective sleeve. So if you have littles or want to maybe put it in a camper, that's how I usually stick mine in my camper when we go camping. I really needed to buy a second one and just haven't done that yet. But it helps keep things safe and from scratching or cutting anything that you don't want. All right. So literally, guys, I am doing a lot of talking. So this has taken me longer than it would have if I was not doing a video. From start to end, this meal takes me about 10 to 15 minutes. Really, the length of time is dependent on how quickly you get it on the stove and warm up what's on here, and it's already boiling. Another few things that I absolutely love, and I actually use, where is it? I use it so much, it's right here. Okay. This is our saute spoon. So I love it because it's very firm in the middle, but squishy on the outside. It works great for getting in mayonnaise jars or other containers because it just fits perfect in there and then it scrapes. It's also good for like casseroles on the stove. Pair it with our wok. You can use this as a mixer and a scraper all in one. And you know, I bought this ladle and I'm like, what am I gonna use with the ladle? Honestly, it's the same thing. It's got a nice firm center, squishy sides, and it's this like kind of triangular shape, which, believe it or not, scoops your bowl so well. So either one is great for the soup, but definitely they're both must-haves in the kitchen. All right. And actually, since I put, you know what? I didn't even put my seasoning in my soup. I'm like, why does it not look normal? There's no seasoning in here. Okay. So let's see. Oh, it just looks so beautiful. Okay. Next. Chicken. It is cooked. So frozen chicken from start to end, done. And you know what's even better? Because I decided to cube this up, guys, I don't even need to shred it. If I would have left it as tenderloins, I would have probably shredded it, but we're not gonna do that today. So just gonna dump it in. So start to end, frozen chicken from my freezer in 7 minutes. All right. So, what does it look like? Hang on. I need to add some more. I put too many black beans in, so I'm gonna add just a little bit more tomato. All right, so this is what it looks like. And it's done. It almost looks a little bit like a chili, but it's got the Mexican flavor that is really, really tasty. So, hope you guys all enjoyed my video. Definitely give one of our soups a try. We've got a few different kinds. We also have the chili, which is great just as a chili or on baked potatoes or nachos as well. That's fantastic. Or we have some new products coming out on September 15th. So hit me up if you have any questions. Have a great day. Bye. Hey again, everybody. So I am goofy. When I noticed that it seemed really thick, I'm like, what did I do wrong? Read the back of the packet and I forgot the water. So this is what it's supposed to look like. And I actually didn't add all of the water because I don't like it quite as soupy. I like it, not like a hot dish, but I definitely like it a little bit thicker. So forgot the water, wanted to jump back on and say that, but also wanted to share how beautiful it looks when it's plated. So that is raw to ready with freezer chicken in 15 minutes. So let me know if you need help. Bye, guys.